So this was a while ago, but it's something that still bothers me and confuses me to this day. Back in high school I dated a girl, let's call her Jamie. I was infatuated with this girl and felt like she was way out of my league. Well, she came from a family where her family really didn't like the fact that I was black. Me being young and stupid always ignored this and never let it bother me. Anyways, her older sister, who also did not like me, was having a birthday party at her house while her parents were out of town. I asked my Jamie if I could come and even procured some alcohol for the birthday girl as a peace offering. Jamie told me that her sister did not want me there and I accepted that, albeit begrudgingly, and told her to have a fun night. The next day everything is great. She tells me she had fun. We go to a mutual friend's house who has a pool and hang out there all afternoon kissing, laughing. All the things people do when they are young and in love. What Jamie didn't realize is that over the course of our relationship that I had become very good friends with a family friend of her family. Let's call this girl Taylor. On my way home Taylor calls me telling I had to break up with Jamie. When I ask why, she informs me that at the party she had slept with a guy I know. Let's call him Paul. A little backstory on Paul is that he would also come to me literally crying when his GF would fight or when they were dealing with very serious things. For instance, when she gave him a STD or when she had an abortion. I am not judging at all, just stating that he would talk to me about very serious topics. I get Paul's number from Taylor and we end the call. I then call Jamie sitting outside my house with my palms sweaty and my chest so tight I can hardly breathe. That is definitely a weird feeling. She answers and I calmly tell her that someone at the party told me she had intercourse with Paul and I need to know if it was true and she needs to tell me the truth. Of course she denies it. So I repeat myself this time saying, hey, I have Paul's number, you really probably shouldn't lie to me. She denies again. I get off the phone and immediately call Paul and he answers. I ask him how him and his GF are doing, trying to make small talk. He informs me they are taking a break. So I guess he didn't cheat? In the most calm voice I can muster I ask him, did you sleep with Jamie at that party from last night? Before he gets a word out, I say, Paul, the first already know the answer, please don't lie to me or I will have to beat you up. I don't usually do this, but at this point I was fuming. He informs me that they in fact did do the deed and that she had just texted him asking him to lie to me. I guess he could hear how serious I was and wanted no parts of that. He starts to make excuses about how he thought we were broken up and stuff. I just cut him off, thank him for telling me the truth and tell him to never try to speak to me again or there will be issues. I then call Jamie back and proceed to lay into her about it. I have some choice words that I never use and he get off the phone. At this point I was in tears and couldn't understand why she did it to me. The next day at school I decide I needed to talk to her in person, so after school we are sitting in my car and I have the most dumbfounded look of disbelief. She starts crying saying how she was drunk and didn't mean to do it. I stupidly take her back. From this point on things are clearly not going to work out. I turned into a jealous person and we argued all the time about things I previously could give a crap about. Finally, about a month of literally getting mad every other day, I go to break it off with her again. She is crying hysterically, which make me want to cry, but I don't. I just say I need to know the truth about everything, no more lies. She agrees to tell me the truth. Again, at this point I had become a very jealous person, so I start naming the people that I think she has been with. She tell me no to all of them. Good news, right? Wrong. She then proceeds to tell me about 8 guys she has with, kissed or hooked up with. 8 different guys. Hearing that made a light turn off in my head. I literally stopped caring about that person right then and there. I silently started the car, drove back to my school and told her to get out and to never speak to me again. To this day, almost 10 years later, it still confuses me why she was with me. Like, just go be with these people. For years after that I would ruin relationships because I felt like I couldn't trust anyone. Even though that still confuses me today, it's just an afterthought. Here are some best comments. The first time she did it would have been it for me, but I understand people are in different headspaces than others, and I don't know the full extent of you and her history together, besides what you laid out here. I feel like some cheaters just don't have a conscience. They'll see an opportunity, and if they think you won't find out about it, won't hesitate to pounce. What's worse is, the friends of the cheaters have no allegiances with you, so they'll do everything to cover for them. Although Paul fucked up royally, I'm glad he came clean to you and exposed the extent of her deception. I'm also happy Taylor was there for you, as well. You have people out there that aren't so lucky and go on for years without knowing anything's wrong before, and I'd like bombshell is dropped in their relationship out of nowhere. That's how you have these people who are married for 20 plus years confused as to why their partners just left them for somebody else, without explanation. It's because they've probably slept around throughout the entire marriage and have done it for so long under the radar, they literally lose feelings of empathy for their partner. It was high school, so it could have been as simple as he has a car, he's decent looking, he buys me things, he's popular with the people that I know, he does things for me whenever I want it, I don't want to be seen as a bad person. And the best one was I don't want to be known as a slut, while her actions all matched up with her prior accusation of another person for being a slut. There was no deeper meaning to it, as I've heard those excuses from the best friend over the years. You, as a guy, has to go through one of them before you start to see the patterns and hopefully not get caught up in the lies a second time. Damn dude. I feel you, similar things happened to me pretty young. I chalked it up to human nature. If we weren't slutty by nature, there wouldn't be like 8 billion of us. Apparently God wants it that way. It wouldn't hurt so bad if we weren't indoctrinated with myths of the one, and girls are made of sugar and spice. They're sex-crazed animals who are slaves to their base desires. But so are men. Society should just acknowledge that instead of pretending like we're still in the Victorian age and the traditional conservative dream of marrying a virgin and having 2.5 kids in a suburban single-family home is still alive. I found this reliable help when I'm having issues in my relationship. This spy who helped me hack into my cheating spouse phone. I have been stressed many times and it really make me feel bad whenever I get used by my ex. He pretend to be what he's not. I was at the point to give up, but thanks I was introduced to the best hacker ever, CyberAaron17 via Gmail. He gave me the best solution I needed and everything works fine. He's very fast, honest and reliable. Work with him today for the best solution. You is very easy to work alone with. His many services includes intercepting and retrieving instant messages, WhatsApp spy, Viber spy, Facebook spy, Skype spy and Hangouts, GPS location tracking, call logs retrieval, incoming calls restriction. Remotely accessing SMS, genuine software cracking, game hacking and cracking, key logging, remote device calendar monitoring, remote email spying, internet usage monitoring, USSD control commands.